So you join us here 5 minutes into the men's EY Champions Trophy final between Banbridge and Lisnagarvey. It's repeated the 2011 final when Banbridge won their last EY Champions Trophy. This is the tournament that they've been frustrated on 4 times since those days, but they do have plenty of experience in their lineup from that time. Likes of Owen McGee, Philip Brown, Peter Brown, Hugh McShane, Josh Moffat all playing that day. From that vintage, only Johnny Bell from Lisnagarvey lines out once again, very much indicative of their young, fresh-faced side. And they've got off to a good start here, setting a nice platform, playing it around the back. Andy Edgar, it's James Lorimer. Mark McNellis playing into Corrie, quick ball into the circle. Nelson's taking that nicely, he dances in. Oh, and just wide. Matthew Nelson there with the chance, just inches wide. Beautiful ball from James Corrie, first time into the circle. Despite plenty of pressure, he's held that up well. Just inches wide of Ralston's goal. Eugene McGee now installed this season in centre back and dropping back down through the lines over the last couple of seasons from forward into midfield. Now very much stalwart of that defence in the sweeper. Slight miscontrol there from Edgar in at left back, and he's under a bit of pressure, but he manages to get out to Johnny Bell. Got a loose ball across the circle, across the D. And Banbridge have a decent position right in front of their sizable crowd here. Lovely little lift from Rowe. Bounces it through, reverse stick shot. Milliken stands up well. Lisnagarvey looking for their first EY Champions Trophy title since 2016, following a superb second half of the season. And they're very much with the outstanding side after the lead in the league swapped 6 times in 6 consecutive weeks. A run of 5 wins in a row put them out of sight until the final day of the season. Long searching overhead from Lorimer. Finds Ollie Kidd in the corner. Lovely ball inside. Daniel Nelson this time lays it off, and that's a brilliant pass. Troy Chambers with the shot. But Ralston's got across brilliantly across the line. One hell of a save there from the Banbridge keeper. Johnny McKee on the ball, stand up by Andy Edgar. And lays through a nice pass through to Moffat. Moffat looking for Cowan, who's on the run in front of him, but he's held up there. And it's Corrie once again to take it clear. Nice little lift to find the foot. Chambers, lovely cut inside. Chambers again at pace, and that's a hefty enough challenge. And it looks like Peter Brown's going to spend some time on the sin bin. Green card shown by umpire Bruce Bale. So Bell out to Lorimer. And Lorimer back to Lynch. Johnny Bell taken a little bit by surprise by it, but he takes it nicely. Philip Brown with a robust tackle there, knocking over Ben Nelson and taking it out of defence. But Nelson's intercepted it straight away. Bit of Lisnagarvey coach Errol Lutton acting as a bit of an impromptu ball boy there, speeding up the attack for Peter McKibben. So 9 minutes gone. Garvey with the 2 main chances. Matthew Nelson with the first, just slipping wide of the post, and then the second, an incredible save by Luke Ralston scrambling across the goal. And Garvey again sitting in control as Banbridge sit deep, down to 10 players in the half court. McKibben now in a promising position, lays it off to Lynch and just checks out to Bell and on to Lorimer. Slight miscontrol there. McNellis looks like he's in. Briefly in, but a miscontrol allows Banbridge to get back in control. It's a turnover once again. It's 2 back-to-back turnovers. Driving run from Nelson. Ben Nelson at the top, nice spin. Ralston with a comfortable save. and Eugene McGee to clean things up. So quick ball into the circle by McKibben. It's repelled, but Ben Nelson's the one picking it up again. Again spinning around. He's got himself right into the edge of the D. Technical foul though means Banbridge can breathe again. So ball out of defence from Tinney. Miscontrolled there. And Banbridge, bit of a present. They get the free on halfway line, and also to kill off a few more seconds of this Peter Brown sin binning. Hugh McShane on the turn. Slight miscontrol, but he still managed to chip it away from Johnny Bell, and that sets up an extra bit of space. Philip Brown steaming down the right hand side as he likes to do. A lovely turn there. Ball into the D, but Bell's back in situ where he loves to be on that edge of that D and cleaning it up. And it's Chambers taking it away in front of the clubhouse side, filled with red and yellow and a decent amount of navy blue. Banbridge back up to the full complement of 11 players. Banbridge riding out that spell down to 10 players. Oh, lovely turn by Chambers. Attacking at serious pace. And he goes down, and it's the first penalty corner of the game. Deemed to be tripped on his way through there. Serious turn and burn by Troy Chambers to set the chance up. We have our first corner of the game. So at the top of the corners, we got James Lorimer on the left, Castle, Ollie Kidd on the right. Lorimer has been probably the go-to one this season, but Kidd has been also stepping in a couple of games where Lorimer is that injured. So two very potent weapons at the top of the D. McKibben with the injection. Good stop, and Lorimer whips it. It looks like it's hit the foot of Tinney, number 1 runner. And it's second corner for Garvey. Strong corner running there from Garvey. Tinney right the way down the middle, and it's caught him right in the shin. It's interesting from Lorimer going down the side where there's the postman and the keeper were also covering that side. Reset. Lorimer this time, and he's gone in! Too much pace down the open side, on the stick side. And Ralston gets half a foot to it, but it manages to make it in. And Banbridge are 1-0 up. We saw in the first corner when he aimed to the bottom right hand side, that was the area that Banbridge are covering. Good work by the analysts, spotting the gap down the left hand side for the second one. And they picked the corner well. And despite Ralston's good boot to it, managed to make it all the way in. Strong tackle there by Matthew Nelson on Philip Brown. He's laid it off to Chambers. It's been really influential. Ryan Getty storming down the right hand side. He's gone around the back. Nice cross. But Eugene McGee steps out. picks up a nice clean tackle and sets up a good counter-attack. There's a brief overload, but Garvey back in numbers now. McGee unable to pick that up. His Olympic colleague Johnny Bell cleaning up once again in the 23. Nice battling from Harry Morris, wins a nice free. And Lorimer dummies the overhead, but not much doing up front for the time being, so checks out to Johnny Bell. So back out to Owen McGee on the 23. Right the way back out to Tinney. It's found all the way out to Philip Brown on the right hand side. Powerful cross. The ball bounces harmlessly off the end line for a 23-metre free. Peter Brown's going to be standing over this one. Out to his brother Philip. And back to Eugene McGee. Picks a long searching ball to the end line, but McKee wheeling out of the centre, unable to pick it up. So Garvey back, controlling the tempo again, but Johnny McKee's got in there with a bit of pressure. Nice turnover. And he keeps working away to his left-hand side, further and further left. Oh, what a strike! Johnny McKee wheeling away to his left, top corner. Incredible tomahawk from Johnny McKee. Seemingly out of nothing. He was doing a one-man press all the way out on the right-hand side. He went left, 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 and even further left before unleashing an absolute rocket. And James Milliken's gone through his hands. What a strike. Johnny McKee, 1-all. 17 minutes gone, and it's 1-all.
Another score for Banbridge, scored by number 6, Jonathan McKee. The score now even, Galway 1, Banbridge 1.
So it's the end of the first quarter. Goal apiece. Lisnagarvey making most of the early play with two really big chances. One from Matthew Nelson on the turn, spinning just wide, and the second one, a brilliant Luke Ralston stop from close range. Garvey did take a deserved lead. James Lorimer finished off their second penalty corner with a drag flick down the stick side. Banbridge seemingly out of nothing. Johnny McKee did it all himself, stealing the ball out on the right, running all the way out to the left and unleashing a rocket into the top corner. So it's Banbridge 1, Lisnagarvey 1 at the end of the first quarter. And we're back out for the second quarter. Lisnagarvey 1, Banbridge 1. An absolute thriller of a first quarter. serious pace being shown by both sides. Troy Chambers being a key fixture in midfield down the right hand side. It's Garvey picking up probably the 3 cleanest chances, but that piece of magic from Johnny McKee has us level after the first quarter. Lovely overhead. Daniel Nelson running onto it, standing up. Eugene McGee tracks him into the corner. Checking out to Andy Williamson, back to Lynch, and then on to McNellis. Chambers once again, back to goal with sharp stick work. But deemed to have stick shielded there, and Banbridge have the free out. Johnny Bell picking up once again. He's chased by Luke Witherow, who feels that Bell was stick shielding him there, but nothing doing from the umpires. And so Bell has a nice smack at goal. Witherow charges it down, but they can't profit from the counter-attack as Lynch affects another turnover, and Lorimer has it now. Chambers again on the right. Umpires today, Bruce Bale and Ian Strange. James Lorimer taking on, feeding Chambers once again, who's enjoyed a huge amount of ball, but Johnny McKee once again incredible with that left hand, able to managing to pick off very, very impressive turnovers and tackles. And Rowe manages to win a free there to ease the pressure for Banbridge. Long overhead from Tinney is slightly overcooked. And it's Garvey playing it out again. Lorimer and Corrie working things out. And as always, Johnny Bell, the player seeing most of the ball in this first half. Almost a spectacular intercept for Johnny McKee, but he can't quite take it down smoothly. Nice slap forward by Lorimer. Troy Chambers trying to get a nice deflection into the D, but is blocked by the foot of a Banbridge defender. So free in a dangerous enough position. Corrie laying it out to McNellis, always willing on the right hand side. Lorimer, he picks a powerful pass, but Chambers can't pick it up, floating across the front of the D. It's a nice ball forward from McKee. He just takes the foot of Cowan. And Garvey have a chance to reset once more. Matthew Nelson attempts to take a quick free, but held up. Corrie, though, this time taking it on, driving all the way down the right-hand side. Flicked it across, it's gone in behind the first defender, but Tinney, the second defender, has picked it up well and driven out strongly. Edgar, though, stepping forward this time to intercept. Finley, though, comes away with the ball. And he's got Witherow on the left-hand side. Johnny McKee's found him. Finley's tearing forward to try and get ahead of the ball. Louis Rowe picking it up, driving into the circle. Lovely bit of 3D skills, but just guided out for a long corner. Pete Brown back to Tinney. And on to Phil Brown, overlapping once again. Reasonably high one into the D, but Johnny Bell using his cricket skills, taking it down nicely. And Lorimer clears the danger. Phil Brown, though, turned it over again. Crack into the circle. But again, this one's repelled. And Bell like a leech, picking up the ball once again. Garvey's turn now to sit back in the half court. It's Banbridge enjoying a bit more of a platform. Nice ball from up to Witherow. Peter Brown picks it up. Out to Rowe. And Peter Brown. Back to Tinney, and then Eugene McGee on the right here, as they look to unpick a fairly organised defence. Peter Brown working out to Farson on the left back position. On to Rowe. Looking to use his 3D skills again, but decides to go reverse. Not too dangerous and too high. Johnny McKee once again stepping into the press, looking to see if he can pick off something, but Lisnagarvey evade the danger this time. Banbridge sitting a bit higher in their press now, going more 60-75% kind of direction rather than the half court. And it's worked out with the effective turnover as the long high ball goes into Banbridge territory for a free. So Banbridge back into half court. Mark McNellis moving back to left back. James Lorimer stepping forward on the right hand side. Andy Edgar stepping back into centre back. Lorimer moving further forward than normal. He leans on the defender though, and a free against him. Witherow. So he's got Rowe chasing ahead of him. But again, just too much on it. The regular refrain. Lorimer back to Bell. Bell briefly thinks about giving it back to Lorimer. Banbridge staying disciplined in their press. And Matty McKee though picks up the loose ball out of defence and wins a free off Johnny Lynch's foot. Peter Brown back to Eugene McGee. Garvey sitting very, very deep now, inviting McGee to try and pick a pass through a packed defence. Instead he checks out to Tinney. And then on to Philip Brown. Ball goes harmlessly over the end line. So 26 minutes gone. A reminder, Banbridge 1, Lisnagarvey 1. Garvey taking the lead through that James Lorimer penalty corner, the second that they had in a series, for Johnny McKee equalising with an absolute ripper of a reverse stick shot after making the chance himself. Lovely turn by Mark McNellis on the right hand side. Gets away from a tackle. He's knocked over a couple of times, and that's going to be card time once again. It's a green card. Josh Moffat running all the way over here. He didn't bother waiting to see what the card was. He just knew he was on his way. So Garvey for the second time in the game now, the man advantage. Banbridge down to 10 players, and they sit back in a very deep press. Nice overhead by Bell into the corner. Just a long corner accruing. Johnny Lynch. A little bit of confusion now just over the position of where the free's going to be taken, but Andy Edgar's picking it out right the way wide here on the left. Nice ball out to Lynch. All the Banbridge defenders all in their own 23, but a big ball goes into the circle. Ralston needs to do well to get that big boot of his. cleared the danger, and it's gone well. It's gone straight to Hugh McShane, despite a packed circle. McShane, using all his experience, part of the 2011 Banbridge Irish Hockey League winning side. And he tries to find another one of those players. Owen McGee, big long overhead. Johnny Bell gets into a little bit of a tangle, but Banbridge just miss out on on profiting from it. So McNellis, good block there from Farson, important one, as there was a 3-on-3 in behind him if he missed out. Great tackle there from McNellis. And he's got around Johnny McKee brilliantly. Getty with the ball in. That's a brilliant tackle there from Tinney, taking all the ball and clearing the danger. Matthew McKee takes it out. Johnny Lynch picked it off him. Nice bit of work. And now a chance again for Garvey to reset once more. It's been a real feature. McNellis and Chambers on the right hand side thus far, using their pace to get around the back, drawing dividends so far. Banbridge back up to 11 players. David Finley coming in, the shin padless David Finley coming in for Josh Moffat, who after his 2-minute green card has decided to stay on the side for a little bit longer. Excellent work from Tinney there, put into a bit of a pickle by Philip Brown, but clears it really well. And his overhead has been turned off the side by Johnny Lynch. A real bonus that from a very tricky position. So Louis Rowe just stepping onto the pitch at right back for Philip Brown, taking his first rest of the game. He's popped up everywhere so far, primarily been used on the left wing, but now it looks like he'll be used in a defensive role. Straight away going into mark Daniel Nelson. Ryan Getty with a free here in a dangerous position. 3 in the circle, 3 Nelsons in the circle. Daniel Nelson gets away from the man, but that's a pretty good tackle from Rowe to knock it over the sideline. And Lynch with another chance to set the base. Johnny Bell looking for the powerful ball into the D. Harry Morris steps over it, hoping someone's behind him, but no one in position, and the chance goes. So Farson taking it on in acres of space, no one coming to him. Has time to lay off a nice pass to Owen McGee, threatening position. Looks like he wants to line up a reverse. Instead, McNellis and Bell combine to take the play off him. Nice turn from Matthew Nelson. Peter Brown nearly cashes in there. Almost catches James Corrie napping. Just a little flick of the stick as he did so. And Garvey escaped that particular moment. Lorimer with the searching ball finds Ben Nelson, but miscontrol. Rowe picks it up, but another miscontrol, and it flies off to the sideline. McGee up to Cowan, and Rowe picks it up. Lorimer, though, very influential so far. Ben Nelson goes down the left-hand side. He's faced up by Tinney, who holds him up. Tinney's been impressive so far. Corrie with a nice take here, bursts into the circle. McGee with a big tackle. And Chambers picks it up on the right-hand side. So Matthew Nelson picking it up again. Back to goal, Eugene McGee behind him. Chambers again eyes up a reverse stick cross, but instead draws a stick tackle. As Garvey continues to probe that circle, with no major chances this quarter. Both defences sitting very deep in their press. Nice first time ball in from Chambers. Ball pops up off Daniel Nelson. Ben Nelson picks it up onto the reverse. A good block there by Peter Brown. So Lynch to Chambers, nice first time ball. Eugene McGee senses the danger. Witherow with a lovely turn inside. He lays it off out to Finley. Racing down that right hand side. Brilliant ball into the middle. Milliken clears it, but he boots it onto Lorimer's arm by the looks of things. Lorimer protested, hit his stick, but it looked like an arm from here. And it's the first corner of the game for Banbridge. Lovely overload down the left hand side. Witherow sliding in there, but the Garvey keeper got there first time. Again claims that it hit his stick. It looked very much like an arm from here. In the first corner of the game for Banbridge. One of the main drag flickers, Philip Brown's, just on the sideline here in front of us, and so I wonder what kind of variation are they going to do. We're going to see something out of the archives from Eugene McGee, maybe one of his spin moves, maybe Alexander Tinney on the right castle. Luke Witherow with the injection. It's gone out to the left castle. Eugene McGee drives it in. It's hit the first runner. We're going to go for a reset. Yeah, a little drag. Interesting one there. It's a full slide from the first runner from Andy Edgar, or Matthew Nelson, taking it full on the body. And we're going for a reset. Witherow again. Eugene McGee with the drag once more. Comfortably saved by Milliken. And Lorimer has it out. Ben Nelson, and there's plenty of space here to go to attack into it. Troy Chambers on the right hand side. Ben Nelson decides to go left. Daniel Nelson into the baseline. Oh, and that's one hell of a finish from the left baseline. Daniel Nelson. Gorgeous little pass from Ben Nelson. Could have gone right, decides to go left. And Daniel Nelson takes his time, and that's a beautiful little lift finish from the left baseline. Faked as if to centre it, and then just spotted the gap. 7 seconds to go before half time. Lisnagarvey 2, Banbridge 1.
Goal for Lisnagarvey, scored by number 12, Daniel Nelson. And the score is Lisnagarvey 2, Banbridge 1.
It's the last act of the first half, pretty much, after a few shenanigans there. But Lisnagarvey taking the lead for the second time, just 37 seconds before the end of that half. A stunning counter-attack from Banbridge penalty corner, quick as a light, turning into a Garvey goal. Ben Nelson with the beautiful little slip pass. Daniel Nelson, gorgeous little flick over the goalkeeper. So it's half-time. Lisnagarvey 2, Banbridge 1. Live for the second half of the men's EY Champions Trophy final. Lisnagarvey leading 2-1. Courtesy of that goal from Daniel Nelson just 37 seconds before the half-time break. Second time Garvey have had the lead, having gone ahead very early on. James Lorimer penalty corner before the equaliser come from Johnny McKee's piece of wizardry. So can Garvey hold on to the lead once again and win the title back for the first time since 2016? Banbridge looking to win their first major national title since 2011, when they won the old version of the Irish Hockey League. They did, of course, win the 2016 Irish Hockey League regular season, but they've had a real difficulty in this playoff format, losing 4 finals in the last decade. Philip Brown there with a great ball across, making it all the way into the backboard, but no diving touch from any of the 2 Banbridge players in the circle. So Lorimer and Bell and James Corrie, the regular triangle there. Defence Matthew Nelson, a nice layoff to McNellis. He fronted up by Louis Rowe, so he turns back out to Bell. Lorimer, Banbridge playing a lot, starting this half with a much higher press. Johnny McKee menacing, and Lorimer has forced him into the mistake, pushing it over the sideline. And now McKee's on again. Oh, that's a brilliant turn. Lorimer with a great diving touch though, and Harry Morris cleans up the pieces from what was a threatening moment. Morris chasing over to the sideline, but too far. Now Garvey's turn, sitting very deep. 10 out of 11 players in the circle, but Philip Brown gets another ball across. Lorimer with an excellent piece of tidying up work. Daniel Nelson clips it down the line. That's a lovely pass to his brother Matthew. And that gives him a chance to go on a bit of a gallop, taking on Alexander Tinney for pace, and he's beaten him for pace. Eugene McKee is the follow-up defender though. A little bit of a nudge, and it's a free in on the 23. Calls from the Banbridge assistant coach Gareth Lennox on side to come up, encouraging the Banbridge players to put their press a bit higher up the field. Little bump off the foot from Matthew Nelson though, and Banbridge work it out once again, feeding it into Peter Brown. Via the foot of Matthew Nelson gets it out to Philip Brown. Tinney once again. Now McKee stepping out, striding out, put a bit of impetus into the attack. Johnny McKee facing up against Andy Edgar. Nice turn though, gets him onto his open side, and he's flipped it under his arm. McNellis though, standing up tall, and he's the chance now to counter. Daniel Nelson. Eugene McGee though, picking up another good tackle, really relishing his role in sweeper. Plays it out to Witherow, and on to Finley. Finley's decided to go the whole game without shin pads today. Previous games in the season he's oscillated between having them on first half and taking them off second, but not sure if it's superstitious. The former Kilkeel man though, obviously hard as nails. It's Nelson taking on Alexander Tinney. This little tackle, chips it into the sideline. He felt it got a touch off Nelson, but nothing doing. And Nelson just overruns that one into the corner. At this stage we'd like to thank our sponsors EY, who've been supporting the Premier Club competitions in Ireland since 2015. It's incredible support from one company to do so for 7 years, and we look forward to hopefully seeing more of them around on the sidelines of our hockey pitches for many years to come. Nice layoff from Johnny Lynch. James Lorimer spying his options, back to Bell. Bit of pressure there from Johnny McKee once again, and Lorimer, it's bounced up off his foot. Rowe taking it on quickly, reversed it cross, Johnny McKee gets a touch. Nicely done by James Milliken though. Palming it out of danger. Finley was lurking, but no second up chance coming. Nonchalant stuff there from Ben Nelson. Takes it down and just invites the umpire to blow his whistle for the Banbridge player not being 5 metres away. Nice take by Harry Morris. Philip Brown onto Peter Brown, nice little turn in midfield. That's a good tackle by Harry Morris though. Read that little twist inside. Played nicely onto his foot. Little miscontrol from Mark McNellis. Josh Moffat read it. And Banbridge certainly getting a lot more joy out of this press in this half. McKee this time picking up bouncing ball. Peter Brown takes it on himself. Fronted up by Johnny Lynch. He's played into the circle. Back to the baseline, and it's a corner. Smartly worked from Banbridge. Their press is really paying dividends so far in this half. Stepping out. First half was very much a half-court game. This time round, more in your face, and Garvey coughing up a few chances here and there. Corner options for this one. Alexander Tinney on the right castle. Philip Brown, he wasn't there for the first two corners in the first half, but he's on the left castle, so it looks like it normally be the main striking option. Injection. Nicely stopped, and Philip Brown with the drag. Brilliantly saved on the left-hand post. Johnny Bell. How many times has he done that in his career? Brilliant little touch around the post on the left-hand side. Lovely first time ball in there, but just skipping over the end line. Lisnagarvey have a little bit of reprieve after this wave of pressure. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lisnagarvey still holding on to their 2-1 lead against Banbridge in this men's EY Champions Trophy final. Again, big press coming on now. Johnny Bell under a bit of pressure. He finds the foot of Moffat. Banbridge though still stepping on. A little bit of space in behind. The long overhead, Troy Chambers unable to pick it up. So far this half, they've managed to negate the influence of Chambers and McNellis down that right-hand side, who did get a lot of joy with their pace and before the big break. Philip Brown with a nice powerful ball down the sideline. Johnny Lynch picks it off. And the ball loops up dangerously into the crowd. Ball forward by Farson isn't picked up by Bell, and it allows Banbridge to get a bit of a chance. Moffat here in the left-hand corner. Some smart defending limits any immediate danger. And he plays it out to Farson, he works it back and around. Nice, good ball pace there to get it out to Tinney. And they've moved it all the way across to Philip Brown. And that's where he loves to attack from. Big, powerful drive. Made it through a couple of tackles, and he's flicked it in, and it's a corner! Some calls from the Banbridge bench for a stroke here, but corner given. It's the typical Philip Brown zone. He loves to get in there. Broke through a tackle from Larmer. He attempted the flat stick challenge, but just Brown with just too much power drove on through, and Banbridge have their fourth corner of the game. So fourth corner of the game for Banbridge. Brown on the left, Tinney on the right. And it's gone to Brown once again. Drag flick's gone to the top corner. And once again, James Milliken and Johnny Bell combined to turn that one around the post. Milliken this time getting the left glove to it. Be interesting though next time whether they aim for that same side, which seems reasonably heavily stacked from the Garvey side, from defensive side. Brown once again overloading on the right hand side. Long corner this time, Eugene McGee to take. Right the left to Farson. Back to Tinney. McGee once again, he's gone direct into the circle. Matthew McKee looking to get a deflection in, but he's been pickpocketed by Ben Nelson. But in his attempts to get out, he's turned over the ball. Johnny McKee, or Josh Moffat. Out to Rowe at left back. Another positional change for Rowe, who's been at left wing and right back so far. Now he's in at left back. Sprawling touch there by one of the Nelsons. Knock it off the sideline. But Banbridge are enjoying all the play this quarter so far. Rowe under a bit of pressure from Troy Chambers, but gets out of it fairly neatly. Nice bit of 3D skills. And he draws the free. Hugh McShane over this one. Is he going to go direct? Big ball in, but Matthew Nelson's a couple of yards away and he managed to close it down. Chambers now with a bit of a chance to go for a gallop. And he's got away from 2 or 3 defenders and into a bit of space on the right. Alexander Tinney holds him up. Takes a bit of the impetus out of the attack. And Banbridge initially get the possession, but the ball spills out over the sideline. So McNellis back to Lorimer, and out to Edgar. So Bell up to Getty. And Bell and Lorimer, as so often, keeping ball and waiting for the opportunity to open things out. Matthew McKee with a nice turn. Good tackle by Lynch. But the ball breaks kindly for Banbridge. You are back in possession now. And Witherow puts a bit of impetus into the attack. Reverse stick into the corner. But just it's managed to split Matthew McKee and Josh Moffat. Lovely take there from Eugene McGee on the half volley. And Rowe plays it forward. Owen McGee. So often down that left hand side, but he's been robbed this time. Ollie Kidd, nice control, and he's facing up against Tinney. Tinney's had an impressive game there at the base of defence. Combined to take away possession, but Lisnagarvey with a free in a decent position. So McNellis standing over it. He checks out to Bell. Lynn James to the corner, but Owen McGee picks it up. And he's got a bit of space to run in now. He's taking on Corrie. Nice shadowing by Corrie. Slows the attack just that little bit. And Owen McGee has it back once more. Johnny Bell standing over it once again. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Out to Edgar on the clubhouse side. Back to Lorimer, and he spins it out here. That's a great ball by McNellis, but the control's a bit heavy, and Owen McGee managed to pick it up. Nice ball to the end line. Just overcooked. Johnny McKee can't quite pick it up. So Daniel Nelson taking a bit of a heavy challenge from Rowe there.
I'm not sure I've heard holy moly come out of Dan's mouth before.
So the big Banbridge press once again. Witherow though, a little bit over eager, and he clatters into the back of Lorimer. But it has been a feature this quarter, and they've made a lot of joy out of it, whilst also giving up very few chances. Rowe with a great interception there, and he bursts forward. He's taken on Lynch, flicks it over the stick, draws the free. But Garvey able to get a few more extra players back as a result of this slightly slowed down attack. And Rowe trying to wriggle out of a little bit of a hole down here in the left-hand side, finds Farson and works it back out to Tinney. On to Philip Brown. His attempted centre is picked up by Johnny Bell. He flicks it all the way up to Eugene McGee. Lovely bit of control. So calm, so composed, and a great pass out to Rowe. So Rowe, tracked by McNellis. Little chip across. Moffat's touch caused a little bit of panic, but calmly dealt with by Lisnagarvey. Garvey shipping a large amount of possession and a large amount of territory so far this quarter. But other than the corners, both of them stopped on the line by combination of James Milliken and Johnny Bell. Hasn't been a major chance of note to talk about. Ball forward by Peter Brown. Hits the foot of Johnny Bell. Brief shouts for a corner, but that was just outside the circle. Peter Brown, just outside. Dinks into the circle. And there's a plethora of Banbridge bodies there, but the ball spins over this end line. And it remains Lisnagarvey 2, Banbridge 1 at the end of the third quarter. So we're back here for the final quarter. Delicately poised in the men's EY Champions Trophy final. Lisnagarvey, narrow lead, but Banbridge making most of the play in that third quarter and pushing forward with a much more aggressive press. Johnny McKee with a lovely ball out to Rowe, who's been very influential in this second half. He's striding forward from left back. Johnny McKee almost teasing the defence, leaving the ball out there, looking to make his trademark move inside. But Garvey Reid at this time. Nice touch by Harry Morris. Corrie stepping in on the right hand side. In the sideline ball. Lorimer works it out nicely to Harry Morris, who manages. Oh, he's just been pickpocketed by Rowe, who initially got around him. And Rowe seems to be everywhere in these last couple of minutes. His pass, though, is intercepted by Lynch, but the clearance only goes as far as Farson. Tinney onto McGee. So McGee with the big ball in the circle, half stop, but McKee picks it up. There's a card coming here. A green card for James Corrie for an earlier incident. First green card of the game for Garvey. And they'll be down to 10 men for a couple of minutes. Long corner doesn't really come to much. But Williamson seems to stand over it, and it's a free for Garvey. Philip Brown driving forward. Pete Brown now takes it on. Tries to beat the first man, James Lorimer. Calls for 5, but it's hit the defender's stick before it went into the circle, and so no real calls for that call. And good block there from Daniel Nelson. Banbridge piling on the pressure. Johnny Bell once again cleaning things up for Garvey, and that's a nice bit of skill. And Troy Chambers draws the foul, and Sam Farson, he's the third player to go in the bin. Umpire Ian Strange signalling that it was for dissent rather than the tackle itself the reason for the card. So both sides down to 10 for a short spell now. So 1 minute left on James Corrie's suspension. Oh, that's a lovely go. Turn and go from Matthew Nelson. Passes it out to the right hand side. Chambers is waiting, but Rowe manages to pick it off. And that's a nice pass now. Cowan overlapping. Looks like there's a bit too much on that for Philip Brown, but Brown a little bit overzealous in the tackle, bundling James Lorimer over. Garvey bench incensed by it, but nothing more given than just the free. Nice run by Daniel Nelson, but equally well defended. James Corrie straight back into the action, calling for the ball from James Lorimer. Harry Morris takes it on. That was meant for an overlapping Corrie, but Corrie decided to stay square to him, and the ball just rolls harmlessly over the end line. So Lorimer into Lynch, and the regular checkout ball to Bell. Banbridge back up to 11 players, with Farson having served his suspension. Nice ball forward from Morris, but Tinney, huge game from him. Intercepts once more. Witherow. It's a nice ball into the corner. Johnny McKee weaving in and out a couple of different tackles, draws the free. Johnny Bell though meets him at the edge of the circle. Flat bat tackle, and it's a free out. McKee though has managed to turn things over once again. He's been pickpocketed though. Harry Morris picking up the pieces. Chambers now trying to race away. The ball dangerously played up into his chest. Means Garvey have the chance to play things out once again. Asking a bit too much there of the left back. And Garvey, good position to get things moving, but in no particular hurry as they lead this one 2-1 with 11 minutes to go in the tie. Farson picking up, or Owen McGee picking it up, but it's a bit of ping pong between the two sides. And McNellis ending up with the ball in the end. Again, Garvey in no particular rush to get things moving here. That's a lovely ball into Chambers. Nice little turn. He seems to miscontrol the ball and fallen over in the process. And Tinney's picked up the pieces, but he hasn't managed to secure possession. And Garvey there in the corner. Ben Nelson finding a foot right just about a couple of inches outside the circle. Takes it out to the corner flag. Tries to lay it out, but Josh Moffat getting a stick to it. Again, Garvey really taking the sting out of the game at this stage. Edgar. Big reverse stick cross. And Farson's done well there. McKee takes it out. Luke Witherow is briefly free in behind the last man, but opts instead for Peter Brown and onto Philip Brown. He's got lots of space to work with. Long ball out there. Moffat. Big cross in. But Lorimer, good interception, the near post. Now Banbridge attempted to squeeze it in there. But again, a rogue stick from Moffat. And Edgar, again, relieved the pressure. Overhead. Philip Brown takes it in. And he's on the run. Another driving run from Philip Brown. Pete Brown going to take the free. He tries to take it outside, but umpire Bruce Bell directs him. Needs to be taken inside the 23, so it gets recycled out as far as Farson and into the left corner. So Ryan Getty, a few quick touches onto Troy Chambers. He's on the run once again. Little stick check, and they get brought back. 8.5 minutes to go. No major chances this quarter so far as Lisnagarvey controlling possession with a lot of assurance, really taking the sting out of it. Banbridge creeping forward, Josh Moffat closing in, but that's a brilliant pass through up to Ben Nelson. However, his miscontrol onto his foot has taken away what looked like a promising attack. Pete Brown now with a bit of space. He checks inside, nice ball across, and it's there to the back post. Oh, there's 4 guys in there. Oh, but just as Rowe looked like he was going to be pulling the trigger, it was Pollock who went and took the ball in instead of him. Nonetheless, they've got their corner, their 5th of the game for Banbridge. Yeah, crash ball into the D caused all sorts of havoc. Ball bouncing high. Milliken doing well to bat it down, but it looked like Rowe would have been the option coming forward onto it. And I think a little bit of a let off there for Lisnagarvey, but Banbridge, 5th corner of the game. Long consultation here. So Eugene McGee drifting off to the left of the circle. Could we see one of these spin moves? Philip Brown at the top and Alexander Tinney is the other potential direct strikers. So Peter Brown with the injection. It's gone to the left castle. Philip Brown once again, his 3rd drag of the day. But it's a rerun and it's Eugene McGee! What a pickup by McGee, and the Olympian has smacked it home from 4 or 5 yards. Lisnagarvey 2, Banbridge 2. There wasn't a huge amount on Philip Brown's drag. He didn't seem to catch it with full force, but it sent Milliken all sorts of different directions, and McGee picked that up brilliantly. One touch into the air and a little bat down. Banbridge right the way back into this. They've certainly had the best of this second half, albeit chances at an absolute premium, but that's absolute game on here. 6 minutes to go. Can we find a winner in the last 6 minutes in normal time?
Goal score for Banbridge, scored by number 12, Eugene McGee. Brings the score to even Stevens. Lisnagarvey 2, Banbridge 2.
So Banbridge back on terms for the 2nd time, having trailed on 2 different occasions. And they've been good value in this second half, putting on a lot more pressure. Josh Moffat now this time, reverse stick pass. It's gone off to John Bell. Peter Brown takes it on really quick, real dander up at the moment. Spins onto his open side. He's gone around the back. Lovely bit of work. Well defended though. Ryan Getty seems to have won possession. And the ball pops up dangerously. And Garvey, bit of a chance to breathe. They've taken it quickly though. And that's Sam Farson's come in straight away, making good use of that new rule from the overheads which came in January. No danger, and he was able to pick it up. Nice little layoff. But it's Lorimer taking things out of the danger zone. Matthew Nelson takes it on now. Some slightly messy tackle there from Johnny McKee, and he's another one to get a green card. That's the 4th green card of the game for Banbridge, and he'll be off until the last 3 minutes of the game. 4 minutes 42 showing on the clock. So Garvey back trying to lay the platform on the far side. Looks like Josh Moffat is taken a bit of an injury. He stayed down, and umpire Bruce Bale has stopped the game, calling for a bit of treatment for him. So just 4 minutes 18 left on the clock. So Moffat looks like he's hobbling off. David Finlay coming on back onto the fold. It's a long, slow walk from Moffat there. And I think that's the end of his game in terms of a playing role. In whether that makes him available for the shootout remains to be seen. If that does indeed come to that, we do still have 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Garvey attacking down the right-hand side. Ball bouncing into the circle. Rolston gets a good foot in it. Daniel Nelson though driving forward, and he's picked out a foot. And that's Garvey's first corner of this half, 3rd of the game. Alexander Tinney arguing his point with Ian Strange. He's not for turning, as there's a plethora of bodies lying down the near post after Rolston's clearance went straight to Daniel Nelson on the baseline. So a lengthy setup for this corner. Banbridge just getting their equipment on as we speak. As the clock runs down, 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. So James Corrie not happy with the ball that he has there, so he'll be in the ejector. Andy Edgar looks like he's going to be in the right castle. James Lorimer on the left this time. So it's gone out to the right castle. Edgar with the long drag. Powerful save by Ralston. Bats it all the way out to the photographer on the left-hand side. Adrian Bohm there taking a little bit of cover. A little bit of an argy-bargy here in the middle of the circle. It's led to a little bit of a stoppage. The umpire is right on the case, so it looks like things are calmed down nice and quick. Still a little bit of jostling there in front of Luke Ralston. Troy Chambers making a nuisance of himself. We're in for a feisty last 2.5 minutes here. Eugene McGee with a big interception there. Tinney attempts the overhead, but he doesn't get any purchase on it, and the ball's returned with interest into the circle. A couple of bodies sliding around, but Witherow's done well, and he cracks it out. Lorimer gets half a stop on it, but it bounces over the sideline. And Finley can take this one on quickly if he wants. Banbridge back up to 11 men. Johnny McKee back into the action as we enter the game's last 2 minutes. Rowe once again on the outside. Johnny McKee attacking the baseline. And it's gone out for a long corner. So Farson over this one, taking his time over, but he finds McKee facing up against his international teammate Mark McNellis. Twisting and turning, that's a good piece of defending. Coughing up a free though. Rowe takes it on this time. Smacks it at goal, gone right the way across the face of goal. Decent chance there from Rowe, stepping forward from left back. As we get into the last 75 seconds of the game, is there going to be a winner from this one? A classic Ulster derby between two sides. It's a 4-4 on the last day of the season. And absolutely nothing between the two sides in this EY Champions Trophy final. So reserve umpire Rob Argent getting ready here on the sideline, potentially just making sure he's ready in case there's a shootout coming up and if there's no winner in the next 40 seconds. It's Garvey with possession. Johnny Bell stepping forward. Is there one last chance? McNellis. Oh, Johnny McKee puts a leg out and blocks his path forward. 2 balls on the pitch, slowing things down, and there's 20 seconds to go now. McNellis eyeing a big crash ball forward, but he's pinged it off to the left sideline. And there's 14 seconds to go. That looks like it might well be the last action of the game other than the shootout. Philip Brown stands over it as the clock ticks down. And that's confirmation. We are going to a shootout. Lisnagarvey 2, Banbridge 2. Early on it was Lisnagarvey who made most of the running, taking the lead twice in the first half. Goals from James Lorimer and Daniel Nelson. Banbridge fighting back though each time. With Banbridge fighting back both times and sending it into the shootout. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes when we're set for the shootout. So we're back for the shootout here. Banbridge stepping up first, Eugene McGee. Banbridge won the toss between two Donegal men, James Corrie and Alexander Tinney. They decided to go first, and he'll face off against James Milliken in the first round of the shootout. Looks like Johnny McKee, Mark Cowan, Hugh McShane and Peter Brown are the shooters for Banbridge. Ollie Kidd, Matthew Nelson, Daniel Nelson, Eugene McGee stepping forward. Milliken backpedals a bit. McGee goes onto his reverse. But for the second day in a row, he's denied in the first round of the shootout. And Lisnagarvey have an early advantage. Matthew Nelson taking the first one for them. Ralston taps the posts, starting off on the right-hand side of the goal. Perhaps looking to shadow him. Takes a few ginger steps out. Looks like a spin move, but he moves onto his backhand. And lovely finish there from Matthew Nelson. 1-0 after one round. So it's Peter Brown this time for Banbridge taking on the responsibility. The 5 Garvey defenders just in the shadow behind him. Watch on. Big crowd forming in that corner. They've all migrated down from the far end. So drives forward purposefully. Milliken with a stick in the air. Peter Brown backs in, backs in, backs in. Closer and closer and closer. But he's chipped it wide. Brilliant work there by James Milliken, who didn't get drawn in by any of the feints left and right. Slap at the back on Luke Ralston's back from Peter Brown. As Garvey, big chance to go 2-0 ahead. Ollie Kidd at the man stepping forward. Purposefully drives in. Again moves onto his backhand. Is he going to go for a spin move? Looks like it. And he's brilliantly finished it off there. Nice flick. And that's 2-0 Garvey. A vital one now for Johnny McKee. As Milliken takes his time to settle in the goal. Big bright yellow pads. Steps forward. Nice and casual look from Milliken. Johnny McKee, a lot more purpose. Again, spun around though. Up to 2 or 3 yards from the goal. And straight into the backboard. Banbridge on the board. 2-1. So Johnny Lynch here. Can he keep the perfect record going for for Garvey? Ralston go more central this time, keeping them guessing. Lynch moves out to the right. Again onto his backhand side. A big slide. And he's made a big block there. And he's blocked a second time. Third effort, but the final whistle's gone. 8 seconds are up. And now it's very much game on once again. Hugh McShane has this to level things up. Garvey, though, after 3 rounds, still holding a 2-1 lead. So Milliken, once again, that kind of casual style. But he's stepped forward brilliantly. He's seen it loose there and swept it away with his stick. So Garvey now with this one to win it. Daniel Nelson, a glorious goal in normal time. Can he be the one to win it for them in this 4th round? Ralston, a couple of steps forward. Again moves onto the background looking for the spin move. And he's nailed it! Puts his arms out wide and waits for the adulation. Lisnagarvey are the EY Champions Trophy champions for 2022. Winning the title in this format for the 2nd time. And they absolutely love it. A perfect way to win it there. But Daniel Nelson, the glorious goal in normal time. And then finishing off with the perfect spin move to make it 3-1 in the shootout and putting them out of range. An incredible contest in the final. Banbridge twice fighting back from 1-0 down and 2-1 down to send it to the shootout. Eugene McGee with that late equaliser. But it's Garvey who've held their nerve in this shootout, scoring 3 out of 4 times. and they have yet another national title, and they'll be going for a double next week when they play in the Irish Senior Cup final against Monkstown in Belfield. We'd like to thank all our viewers for this live stream for this EY Men's Champions Trophy final, and we'd like you to stick with us as we have our presentations coming up, and then also a couple of post-match interviews with some of the chief protagonists of this final.
Can I have your attention please? This will now proceed with the presentation of the medals on the EYHL Champions Trophy and the Anthony Wishes O'Neill goalkeeper of the tournament trophy that is going to take place shortly. I'd like to welcome, and yet stay on the warm welcome to our Hockey Island president, and Rosa, to say a few words.
Thank you. Again, I just would like to reiterate our thanks to Banbridge Hockey Club. Really a memorable 2 days of hockey. Phenomenal organisation, fantastic weather, you couldn't beat it. Well done and thank you. Big thank you to EY and Michael, if you could pass on our thanks for your continuing sponsorship. Thank you. Just want to mention the competitions committee, and in particular Victor Shaw, who has done so much to organising this EY event. Thank you, Victor, along with Brian Carruth and Ian Kelly, who are both here today. Thanks to Linda Monaghan from Hockey Ireland, and I forgot Sarah Campion. Where's Sarah? She's over here. She's doing a lot of the media and the photographs. Thank you, Sarah. To our tournament director, Raymond Hughes, and the technical officials today. I think we're still busy over there. Karen Burrell, Norman Gartside, Dennis Miller. And to our umpires. We've used several over the 2 days. Rob Argent, Ian Strange, Bruce Bale, Russell Donaldson, Les Allen, and thank you to Ian and Bruce and Rob for today's match. And I would just like to thank Tom Good and Kim Collins for organising the umpires over this tournament. Well, every time I come here and Banbridge play Garvey, it's always a very, very close game. I think it was 4-4 a couple of weeks ago. Just been told by Michael, I think you've drawn all season, is that right? So well done to both. And both teams will be in Europe next year, representing Ireland. So well done. And again, thank you for coming. Thank you for making this event so spectacular. Without spectators, it wouldn't have been the same. Well done, and thank you.
Thanks, Al. We will now proceed with the prize giving ceremony for the 2021-22 EYHL Champions Trophy. I would like to invite the umpires up to receive their medals. Firstly, ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation and we welcome Bruce Bale, Ian Strange, and Rob Argent. Come forward, guys, to receive their medals from our president and agent. Cheers, guys. Now on to the Anthony Wishes O'Neill, goalkeeper of the tournament trophy, presented by your president, Anne Rosa. Again, a very close competition, but the winner this year is James Milligan from Lisnagarvey. We will now move on to the medal ceremony, and the silver medals will be presented again by Anne Rosa. Please welcome the captain, Alex Tilley of Banbridge, to call up his team to collect their medals. Go ahead, Alex. Say a few words.
Firstly, can I have a round of applause to the club and all you guys popping off the up today? Secondly, that's Gary. Thanks to the umpires, never make it easy for you as always. And big hands to the coaches there this year. Top job. Sam Farson.
Cheers, Alex. Just ask the crowd to put their hands together one more time for Banbridge first and Havelock. And the new fellas, this is again presented by President Rosa. And then after that, with the guy, James Corey, to come forward. Say a few words, James.
Just a massive thanks to Banbridge. It was a brilliant weekend, I have to say. Yesterday was brilliant, and today, like, we couldn't get any better weather completed. And all the supporters, thank you very much. Just a thanks to the sponsors, the UI of the league, so thank you very much. And then just to Banbridge, I don't think we've beat you in a long time this year. I think we've 3 draws. So it's always a great battle, and another outstanding match today. And then to our boys, All-Ireland League champions, Irish trophy winners, unbelievable season. I think it's been a long time coming, probably 4 years in the making. I'm just delighted to finally get the hands on this one. But we'll have to go again next week, definitely. But yeah, just again a massive thanks, obviously to the umpires as well. But the game wouldn't happen without you, so thank you very much. Matt Nelson. Andrew Edgar. James Long. Peter McKellar. Matthew Oakley. Charlie Watson. Johnny Lynch. Aaron Morris. James Ritchie. Cole Chambers. Roy Chambers. Brian Nelson. Ryan Gay. Brian Nelson. Mark McNally. Andrew Williamson. James Mulligan. Jonathan Bell. Stevie Buckman. Dean Baggett. And Raymond Guest.
Now, folks, we have Michael Kidd here from EY, and it was a great pleasure to invite Michael to present the 21-22 EY Champions Trophy to Lisnagarvey.
So we're with Alexander Tinney, the captain of Banbridge, after a tough defeat against Lisnagarvey in the EY Men's Champions Trophy final.
Yeah, tough defeat, tough way to go out. We've drawn here every game we've played them, and we lost in runnings, which is just an unfortunate way to go out. But here, listen, we'll give it our best shot, and we'll be back next year.
Your coach Scott McCandless said, given the way you started this season and the kind of maybe the turnover in players and things like that this is pretty much an incredible story that you got to this stage in the first place.
Well, that's it. You come to the first 5 games of the season with only 5 points, and there's a lot of doubt in the squad. Never mind the management and the boys behind us, but nobody would ever call us to be here. And listen, we'll be back next year up in the top 4 hopefully and fighting for a spot.
Guys like Louis Rowe, Charlie Rowe, Ben Pollock, Matthew McKee, loads of young guys coming through as well. There's lots of potential.
No, really like him. Young guys come through. It gives great credit for them into the school stuff there as well. Unfortunately, they lost out in the Irish schools and stuff, but it's good to see young guys coming on. But unfortunately, might be losing a few for next year due to uni and stuff. But that's the way it goes.
And the final thing is. First time we've ever had 2 Donegal captains in a final. Pretty unique kind of a moment.
Yeah, James, another Donegal man. I'm still travelling from Donegal, so it's 88 miles up and down every Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday and whatever. But listen, it's what I have to do to play the game. So no, it's great to see Rafo and Donegal, Creighton boys like that, and Luke Wellerose from Donegal as well. And Ben Wallace, he was playing here, but he's over in Manchester now playing. So at least we have stuff coming through, So good.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cool. So with James Milliken, the winning goalkeeper of the Anthony Wishes O'Neill goalkeeper of the tournament. Yeah, incredible to be part of that in the shootout in the end.
Yeah, I mean it's great fun. It's not something that we've had to do too often. You don't really get that opportunity too often, but you just have to make sure you prepare well, and then it makes it easier on the day to stay calm and hopefully make saves whenever you get the opportunity to do so.
You use the word fun. How fun is it in these kind of things? Do you think of yourself, I can be the hero out here?
No, you're not trying to think about that. You're just trying to do the best you can for your teammates. The nature of the position is, you get to do 2, 3, 4 things per game, but you just have to make sure you train well, prepare well, and do those whenever you do have the chance. And hopefully, sometimes it comes good.
It's been a long time coming, as was mentioned there. I mean, 2019-20 season where pandemic cut short what looked like it was going to be a glorious run for you. I mean, you must really savour it in those circumstances.
Okay, yeah, but it's every season's different, and I think one of the best things from the pandemic was everyone had a chance to train. Every team's got better, so it's almost even sweeter winning it this time whenever everyone's had those few years to prepare. And certainly when I do great teams to play like Banbridge and Monkstown, it's a great weekend, and we're really happy, obviously really happy to win the tournament this time.
Excellent, congratulations.
Appreciate that, thank you. All good.
So with Daniel Nelson, score of a glorious goal in normal time and the winning shootout, how does it feel?
Oh, it feels unbelievable. I can't put it into words. We lost this playoff 3 years ago, and then obviously with COVID and everything, it's been a long time coming for us to get back to this point again, to get another opportunity at this. So to get here and score a goal in normal time and to get the winning run is just unbelievable, and it's full credit to all the boys who scored before me as well. I get the glory bit of scoring the last one, but you wouldn't be there if the other boys hadn't scored and if James Milligan hadn't made all those fantastic saves. So look, we're absolutely over the moon, and the win at Banbridge is pretty special as well.
Do you think about, like, had you planned it out the way you were going to do your shootout, the kind of run in and spin, or was it something that was done off the cuff?
Yeah, no, we've been practicing for about the last 4 or 5 weeks. Every Tuesday and Thursday night we do run-ins, one team against the other. And we had run-ins against Ghanaian in the semi-final of the Irish Senior Cup, so we all knew exactly what we were going to do. Probably helped that Banbridge had taken some yesterday as well. We got a wee bit of a sneak peek of their ones, but yeah, knew what I was going to do, and was able to execute it and get all the boys run to celebrate. It doesn't get much better than that. So.
It was mentioned as a long time coming. Obviously, in the league in the 2019-20 season, it looked like you were shoo-in to win the title. Obviously, that opportunity was taken away. So you must be delighted to finally get over the line and start accruing a few trophies.
Yeah, as I say, we'd had a fantastic season. We'd won the league, and then we were doing fantastically well again. And obviously, then COVID hit, and there's bigger things in hockey at the end of the day. But we always call this a 2.5 peat rather than the 3 peats. So we nearly got there, but the opportunity now to have won these 2 trophies and another massive test next week against Monkstown. We know how good they were yesterday against us, so to get the opportunity to have a crack at them next week to get the treble is fantastic, and a few other Ulster Cups and a European trip after that. So people keep on saying the league's over and your season must be done. We've still got a month and a half left, so looking forward to plenty more hockey.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations, Daniel.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Cheers.